At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
I think the economy is booming. We see it in all of our clients. They can't, keep inventory in line. Demand is high. And this roarback that people are talking about, I think, is happening.
He thinks it's happening. Well, you better take a look at gold. Now, I've been telling, and you've heard me say this, don't give up on gold. If you recall, I think it was in 2019, I think it was, that same thing. Nobody wanted gold. And it was 2000, and I think it was 2000, right about 2019. And we bought gold. I said, just be patient, be patient. And we bought around right towards the end of 2008. That's right, the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, kept going sideways. It was still low, wasn't moving, and finally it took off. I mean, it went up like 60%. We had there was big gains that year for us, and it just kept shooting up right up through 2020. And again, they started to press gold. And they do that all the time. Because, see, gold, when an economy is strong, gold doesn't rally. So they're trying to keep telling us the economy's strong, so they keep suppressing gold. They manipulate it, keep it down. And we do that for other countries, too. The central banks get together, like our Federal Reserve will get together with Germany's Federal Reserve, and we help each other suppress gold. Because if you go in with quantitative easing, QE, stock buybacks, stimulus, more stimulus to artificially push the stock market up, print more money, go buy all the bad debt of the corporation so they get cash and stay afloat, go to the banks and keep buying all their bad mortgages, put it on the Fed's balance sheet, and $250 billion a day, every day since 2019. I mean, yeah, sure, you're going to get the stock market to go up and keep interest rates at zero. So you keep interest rates at zero, keep on purchasing those 10-year treasuries, keep printing money, buy those 10-year treasuries. I mean, it's just insane. How long have we been keeping rates at zero? And we keep printing and printing and printing and printing. And then they hide the inflation from the printing. But today, gold surged again. And always remember that. Gold does not rally when economies are strong. And you watch, they're going to try to suppress it again today. But I've had my members in gold, I said, just be patient. Because this economy is so bad. All they've been doing is propping the economy up. You got to remember, they've been propping the economy up since 2008, 2009. Remember, if you go back and you remember, G.W. Bush refused to let a recession occur when the banks went down. He would not let a recession happen. He would not let the banks go down, and he propped them up. He kept propping them up, and that has not stopped. We haven't had a strong economy. We've had a fake economy. So it's really funny when when gold prices are going up, and they're sitting there touting at the same time, like today, that our economy is booming.
We're going to continue to see a strong economy.
So we're going to see a strong economy, but gold's going up. And inflation, look what's going on with the inflation. Yields are going up. And when yields keep going up, that means there's inflation. But they tell there's no inflation. But they got a real problem with that story. The economy's doing great. It's booming. Then answer why, again, is gold going up. So we've done very well with our gold stocks. And so hopefully this will, gold will continue, and our oils will start going up too. I think our oils are going to start moving up as well because the dollar really got hit today. And so when and that's what happens. The dollar's getting crushed. The more money you print to keep pushing everything up, and to keep trying to stay alive, keep the economy alive through QE and stock buybacks and stimulus, the more money you print, and the more inflation. That means yields go up, dollar goes down, your commodities go up, metals, oil. So I think you're going to see oil starting to go right back up again. So again, what I saw here today was just amazing. So just remember this. This is a real problem for the fake business news network. They're going to have to do something now to push the gold prices down. And the party that controls the White House, that's what they do. They keep trying to suppress that gold price. Because also remember, when gold prices go up, our lenders tell us, whoa, wait a minute, we want more interest rates. When you hold a treasury auction, that we're going to buy your treasuries to give you money so you can pay your bills, we want higher rates. Because look at gold. Gold's going up. That tells us your economy is not doing well. And so they run like hell to depress gold. This all started back in 2008. Hasn't stopped. As I said, it all started with Bush not allowing the banks to collapse, get rid of all the bad banks, take their parts, spread them around the 8,000 good banks, let a recession occur, because recessions are good things. They're painful, but recessions, think of the word reset. There's a reason for recessions, because you reset prices. When you got things so overpriced, you need a recession. Stock prices right now, the valuations are insane. They're insane. But see, that's GW's fault, because he never allowed the recession back in 2008 to 2009. He didn't allow it. And that set us up for tremendous inflation. We don't have a free market system anymore. We have central planning. What do you think QE is? What do you think stock buybacks are? What do you think the Federal Reserve is purchasing all this debt from the banks to keep them alive and large corporations? That's central planning. It catches up to you. Between 2008 and 2013, the biggest propping up of the market was taking place. Timing could not have been more perfect. Just as the propping up was about to fail, big tech, all the big tech came in 2013. They hit their stride. In 2013, we had the big FANG stocks hit. What a perfect timing. We were about ready to collapse, and big tech started. And it contributed about 40% to the S&P. Wow, were they lucky. That started to push the market up. Everybody got tech nuts. Then they kept printing more money 24/7. We went from $800 billion to $18 trillion. Oh, but there's no inflation. That soared. Still soaring. But our rates are at zero. The propping up party was out of control. Inflation was showing that. Gold was showing that. Because we saw the yields going up. So the big tech stocks drove the market from 2013 up to 2019, 2020, when money was cheap. And then what happened? I'll explain when I get back and what's going to happen now in the future to this market. I'll be right back. Join my gang, free for 10 days, and get the color-coded chart. It works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We are going to have a shorting webinar on Friday, but it's filled. I mean, on Saturday, but it has been filled. We limited to just 50 people, and we are now filled. Because this is when you need to learn to make money when a stock goes down. You really do. Now, I want you to think about this. We've had the biggest propping up of the stock market taking place since 2008, but nobody wants to even admit it. And remember, they were lucky because the FANG stocks hit their stride in 2013, masking the true economy. The stock market would have collapsed then, but it was perfect timing. 40%, the big tech stocks, the big FANG stocks contributed nearly 40% to the S&P, propping it up. Money printing. Remember, right before we had the money crises, the financial crises and the crash, we only had about $800 billion in money supply. Guess what? 24/7 printing money right after the crash, 18 trillion. 800 billion to 18 trillion. Now, here's what's funny. People don't realize not all that money went into circulation. Remember, you don't feel inflation until the money goes into circulation. Just because they print money, they can print all this money. They could have 10 trillion just sitting there doing nothing. That doesn't cause inflation. It's putting it into circulation. And now what's happening? All that money they printed back then, you go 2008, 2009, up to, say, 2013, all that money they printed is now showing up now. Think of it as a real severe monetary inflation in the making. They print all this money back then, and now we had all this inflation that was in the making, and now it's showing up. Why do you think you're seeing gold going up? Why do you see bond yields are increasing? When you see bond yields increasing, they're saying we have inflation ahead. And inflation is like kryptonite is to Superman. Inflation's a killer. The consequences of inflation is a killer. First, when inflation spikes, like we're starting to see, the first thing that starts to happen, it impacts the buying power. When you have inflation, once you put that money in circulation, then the buying power of the folks on Main Street gets hit. They can't consume as much. Hurts the overall economy. They can't grow the economy. And then what it does, it starts a massive sell-off in the market, bond market. And that's exactly what's been happening. Our inflation's been spiking. We went from 88 basis points. We've now doubled that. So inflation is spiking. Again, remember that impacts your buying power, impacts consumption, impacts our economic GDP growth. And remember, it causes people with treasuries to sell them. And that's what you see now. When they're selling their treasury, those yields start going up as soon as they sell them. So everything is there telling you how you got to be careful. This market, this economy is in real trouble, but we never hear it. All we hear is how great things are. And why do you think they keep on pushing down gold prices? Our central bank gets help from other central banks, and they keep on pushing, and we help them sometimes. They don't want to see gold going up because it just tells us they're liars. They're liars. And by the way, a lot of that money they printed back then, they never gave that money to the banks. Or, they gave it to the banks, but they didn't put the money to use. What the banks do? You go back and look between 2008 and 2013, all that money, they didn't lend it to people. They started to buy commodities. They started to buy up other banks. They weren't helping Main Street. See, this is all happening. It's all coming together now. It's unbelievable. Then our debt kept soaring as rates went to zero because they needed the money to get the rates down to zero. The biggest propping up party was just out of control. And now we have the inflation. And that's when the markets crash. So you had the big tech stocks driving the market from 2013 up to the end of 2019, 2020. All this cheap money, QE, to keep rates near zero, stock buybacks, artificially pushing up, buying your stock back. So every time a company has fewer shares outstanding, the earnings go up, but they're all fake, and that pushes up the stock price. It's all fake. But what happened? By the end of 2019, with 10 years of zero rates, 10 years of propping up, 10 years of all this credit, and no growth. We don't have growth. Our growth should be 5-6%. You say, well, it's now, Phil. No, it's not. You're coming from such a low end, a low starting point. That's the other thing that drives me nuts. They say, oh, yeah, we got GDP growth 6%. Well, wait a minute. Okay, let's go back. You got GDP at 6%, then how come from 2005 all the way up to 2021 or 20, we couldn't get GDP above 3% annually? Trump couldn't do it. Obama couldn't do it. But they both said at 2.8 they had the best economies ever. But now we're at 6%. Well, how'd that happen? Well, because we're coming from such a low point. That's why. And everybody said, well, boy, the demand, we never seen demand like this. Well, wait a minute. For a year, there was no demand. So if you own a store and you sell hats or you sell raincoats and everybody shut down, you're not doing any business. Now all of a sudden they open up and now you got gangbuster business. You look at this, my business is up 500%. Wait a minute. You got to go back and average it. You've done nothing for a year. Your business was down 500%. Now it's up 500%. You just can't cherry pick. My business is up 5%. Look at that. My economic growth is up 6%, 8%. That's all going to go away. And that's why we're getting closer and closer and closer to a crash. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a solid block, 3 hours, teaching people how to short. And I'll do another one down the road. That one's filled, but it's just really upsetting. People are being lied to every day about this market, and nobody gets it. Be right back. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Our webinar on Saturday is Filth, the shorting class. So important for you to learn how to short. Why don't you just join my gang for 10 days free? Free. And see what it is to short a stock. It's easy. It's easy. You know, if you go back and you look at this crash that we had in February 2020 down to March of 2020, the pandemic was the trigger, but it wasn't the reason. Because remember, from 2013 up to 2019, the amount of inflation, the printing of money was tremendous. Tremendous amount of inflation. The debt was just going nuts. Our national debt, corporate debt. Matter of fact, we had to keep printing so much money just to go in and buy all the corporate debt from the companies that are going broke. About 34% of the S&P 500 companies had negative cash flow. So they went in and started to buy, they printed money, they went in, and the Federal Reserve started to buy all their bad debt, start buying assets. Here's cash, stay alive. You know, right before that crash, that's when the banks went bust in 2019. Nobody talks about it. 10 years of low rates, easy credit policies, massive historic national debt and corporate debt, and deficits, It was up 2019, September. They had to plug in that one day, $250 billion just that night to keep these banks alive. They've been doing $250 billion a day ever since. So the big tech stocks, yeah, it drove the market. And it was able to mask what was really going on. So the cheap money drive the market. And we all made money. We all made great money. Because of QE, keeping interest rates low. Because of stock buybacks. Companies were no longer putting money into the company to increase productivity, so to increase workers' wages, to increase their savings, so their standard of living would increase. They didn't care about that. What the hell they care about that for? Fake earnings. All about fake earnings. Keep pushing those fake earnings by doing stock buybacks. Every time you do a stock buyback, the earnings go up all fake. The stock price goes up. So when 2019 came, February, the market was ready to crash because of the high massive debt, massive national debt, massive corporate debt, massive household debt, massive auto debt. Everything was, we were so debt. And jobs. We had more part-time jobs than anything else. Wages were only going up just for the working poor. Middle class was shrinking. And as long as you keep that market going up, and you're going to keep people, you'll keep them convinced the economy's doing well. Everybody looks at the stock market. New high, new high, new high. Boy, what a surprise you're going to get. But why be surprised? That's the point. That's the point. Don't be surprised. Prepare yourself. But nobody does. When the sun's out, nobody thinks about going buying a raincoat, right? Or boots or anything else. Why would you? It's the same thing. When all the stock market keeps going up and up and up, people just throw their report they get in their stocks right in a drawer, don't even look at it. But that crash that we had, the pandemic, believe me when I tell you, wasn't the reason. It was fantastic timing. If we didn't have the pandemic, we would have had that same 32% drop. And then they came in, of course. Instead of letting the market continue to drop, they stopped it. They started to do stimulus. And here we are again. Think about this. When that market crashed in February of 2020 to March, went down 32%, it should have gone down 60, 70%. That should have been the big crash. But they stopped it because all of a sudden now, hey, boy, we got an opportunity. We can do stimulus. We can do stimulus. Stimulus is life support. So now they started all these big stimulus programs. But do you understand Biden in 100 days did $10 trillion in stimulus? We got to pay for that. You got to learn how to short a stock. Look, I'm not pumping my webinar on Saturday. It's full. I'm just telling you, you got to learn how to. And here's the other thing you got to do. You got to watch gold. You got to watch gold. If your yields keep rising, don't listen to these phonies. If the yields keep rising, those are your 10-year treasury, those yields, the interest keep rising. They're going to even print more money to go try to get them back down. But those yields rising are telling you we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And gold going up. Hey, we're in trouble. The country's in trouble. But as long as people look at the stock market and hear new high, new high, new high, they think, oh, we can't be in trouble. Gold's going up. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. We're not in trouble. This is crazy. And nobody is worried. Nobody is. You got more people coming to the stock market. But look at, I told my members, let's keep buying this. When people keep coming into this market and they keep spending money on stocks because they think there's no way they can get hurt. And when that happens, that's the biggest signal. That's contrarian. When everybody starts coming to the market and everybody's all excited and hyped up and the market's going up, that's exactly when the market gets ready to crash. I got my members coming out of the big tech stocks like Netflix. We're getting them out of those stocks and we put them in industrials. Our industrials. They're doing fantastic. But you got to know when to get out of those too. We got people out of big tech stocks like eBay. We got them into materials, XLB, ETF, going up again today. If you just did XLI, which is an ETF for industrials, XLB, an ETF for materials, and you did transports, IYT, if all you did, and XLF, those are the banks, if all you did was stay, and they're up again today, if you just stayed with XLI, XLB, IYT, and XLF, those 4 ETFs, and you didn't do anything else, and all you need to know is when the market was going to come down. You make all that money on the way up, very little risk, as long as you know, when do I get out? But they never tell you when to get out. And when the market starts going down, they tell you stay in, buy more. Well, we will know when that market's going to start coming down. Just like I got my members out 2 days before that market crash of 2020, when it went down 32%. We were out of the market 2 days before. My charts turned red 2 days before. And even before that, it turned yellow, which gives us an advance warning. So we also see strong groups right now. They're rotating money out of all these big tech stocks. Not only are they going into industrials and materials, and they're going into transports, and they're going into the banks. Well, why wouldn't you go into banks? They're printing $250 billion a day to keep them alive. What are you, nuts? But remember, construction stocks, infrastructure stocks, steel stock, God, steel stocks, our steel stocks are up big time. But what good is it that our industrials up big time, and materials up big time, our transport stocks are up big, and our banks are up big, unless you know when to get out? That's the key. All this going on since 2009 is a big, just they keep expanding the bubble. Everything Powell and the Federal Reserve is doing is causing the bubbles and the budget deficits and the national debt to keep expanding. All they do is keep putting it on life support, all these stimulus. None of this is preventing a crash, remember. You got to remember that. None of what you're seeing today, all the stimulus and everybody's getting excited, none of that's preventing a crash. It's just expanding the bubble and extending the crash. So take advantage of the extension. Make money, but make sure you're just buying the momentum stocks. That's all. And as long as you know when to get out, then you switch your position to make money on the way back down. What is wrong with that? But 99.9999% of people never get out of stock in time, and they never short. That's crazy. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, listen to my radio show on my YouTube channel. And remember, every Friday on my YouTube channel, I do a segment, The Unfolding of the Market Crash. It's doing really well, because I take each week and identify for you why we're getting closer to a market crash. Here's one reason. Listen to the contradiction. This is Janet Yellen, then I'll play Powell.
It may be that interest rates will have to rise somewhat to make sure that our economy doesn't overheat, even though the additional spending is relatively small relative to the size of the economy.
Now here's Powell saying the opposite.
With regard to interest rates, we continue to expect it will be appropriate to maintain the current 0 to 1/4% target.
So she's saying they should go up because she's telling the truth. You need interest rates to go up because it's inflation's a killer. The consequences of inflation's a killer. First of all, but they don't care because inflation, increases the debt. In other words, think of it this way: inflation increases our GDP. Okay, our debt shrinks, and the value becomes easier to pay. So when you have inflation, your debt shrinks. So this is why they want inflation. Inflation increases the GDP growth. Inflation, they want the debt to shrink. More inflation, more the debt shrinks. But it shrinks in value. That's all, in value. Because your debt becomes less value. Because your dollars are sinking. So it becomes easier to pay. Well, that doesn't work for us, you and me. That's going to kill you. It's going to kill Main Street. It only helps the government and it helps corporations because the debt they have, which is historic, it's easier for them to pay. That's why they embrace inflation. That's a huge relief for any country that has big debt or any corporation has big debt. So they want inflation, so they lie to you. And then when you get higher yields, you watch the 10-year Treasury yield going up. That's inflation. That's a big problem for big tech. Why do you think big tech stocks are tanking? The only reason why they're being held up right now, they're not going up, they're going down, but they're going down slowly because you got all these people coming in right before the dot-com crash. Same thing happened. Don't know what they're doing. They've been listening to Netflix and the name Intel and Facebook and Google. They've been listening to these same names for 13 years. Now they're coming in and think they're going to get rich. While the big institutions are pulling their money out. And the big institutions are rotating out of those stocks, the big tech stocks, and they're buying what we're buying, industrials, materials. We're buying transports. But these people are coming in now, and they're borrowing money on margin to buy big tech. And what they don't understand, underneath all this now, the big money's pulling out, and they're going to be like them falling right into a canyon. They're pulling out all this money, and all these other people are running in, don't know what the hell they're doing, and they don't understand when gold's going up what that means. They don't understand when there's higher yields, what does that mean? They don't even know what inflation is. They don't. That's a big problem for the big tech stocks. Look at them go down. How many people you think know what to do? When they see inflation, we knew what to do. We got out of our big tech stocks and I started to get everybody back into industrials. Then I said, gold, stick with gold. Yeah, but nobody uses gold anymore. Everybody's doing Bitcoin. I said, really? Then how come all the countries, including our country, keep storing historic amount of gold? But here's the deal. All markets crash when at the same time you have housing at historic highs, stock market at historic highs. That's the first thing. When they're going up together, housing and the market, get ready. PE ratios, margin debts, budget deficits, corporate debt, national debt, household debt. All nuts, all historic. Result, inflation. Now, your yields on a 10-year Treasury interest goes up, starts soaring. And soon what happens is it works the opposite. When the yields start going up, people are looking and say, wait a minute, why am I in stocks? Look at the interest I can make on a bond. I can buy a trade. Look at the interest. Why would I be in a stock? I'm going to go and buy bonds now. So they shift out of the stock market. They go back to the bond market. Don't know what they're doing because they see the yields going up. And what they don't understand, that means a crash is coming. The crash is coming. You see yields going up and gold going up at the same time. You need a letter from somebody? So you always got to be in the right stocks at the right time. That's our job. That's what we do every day. And every day, if you remember, we post our portfolio. And every day, we tell you exactly what to do. Steve, every day, he's at our education department. He takes our portfolio, and he tells you exactly what to do with the stocks every day.
Intel, take some profits on the short, okay, but stay in it with your initial investments.
And he goes on, and he tells you exactly what to do. You're not alone. You're never alone. Who does that for you? Nobody does that for you for $39.95 a month. What are you, nuts? And people have no idea. All this cash that they're printing and injecting, what it means. $4 trillion in QE to purchase treasuries to keep rates at zero. $6.5 trillion they printed to do stock buybacks so they can push the market. Remember, when they buy a stock back, it reduces the amount of shares they owe. Why do they do that? Why do you think they do that? Because when they got lousy profits, lousy earnings, so they mask them by reducing the amount of shares they have outstanding. So when their earnings, or let's say profits, their profits are lousy, now they can turn them into making they look good because you're spreading your profits over fewer shares. That pushes your earnings up, that pushes your stock up. All fake. But people don't know that. $7 trillion to monetize debt. $7 trillion, they go around and they go to all the large corporations and say, no, don't go out of business. Don't worry, you don't do anything good. We'll buy all your bad debt. We'll buy all your assets so you can stay alive, and we'll give you cash. We'll buy your assets for cash. How's that? So don't have to file bankruptcy, so they never get rid of the bad companies anymore. We got all these zombie companies. $9 trillion they've already put in. $9 trillion. Just to prop up the banks, make sure the banks don't go down. And we've gone $10 trillion, almost $11 trillion in the 100 days for stimulus programs. If you put what Trump did and Biden in 1 year, that's $12 trillion. Out of that $12 trillion, $10 trillion was in 100 days. Then, to keep this market propped up, they're printing $100 billion a day for the prop the financials up. $150 billion a month they're purchasing to keep rates down to zero, buying treasuries. They're doing over $100 billion a month to do stock buybacks, so that make the earnings look better than they are, so they can push the stock up. And who gets rich on that? The CEOs. $120 billion a month, so they go and keep buying all the bad debt from the corporations, and $250 billion a day to keep the banks soaring. What a fantastic crash we're going to have. But why don't you want to know how to make money on the way down? That's what I don't get. And in the meantime, why aren't you buying? Everybody's still in there buying the same stupid stocks, the big tech stocks. Why didn't you buy the industrials with us? For heaven's sakes, from the time it turned green at $80 to now it's $104, what's that, about 20%, something like that. But people were sitting there hoping Netflix goes back up. They're hoping Facebook goes back up. They're hoping Microsoft goes back up. You're in the wrong stocks. So, again, join my gang. It's free for 10 days. We're going to reach out to you. Make sure you're in the right stocks at the right time, and you're also out at the right time and making money as the stocks go down. All we ask in return, when you make money, please help St. Jude. That's all we're asking. I reach out to you. You reach back to St. Jude. We all win. What a good deal. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.